Welcome back to a Marvel Snap deck highlight. It's finally happened after many delays. High Evolutionary has landed in the client, bringing with it not only himself, but upgrades to the 7 different previously abilityless cards in the game, breathing an entire new life into all of these cards that most of us already have access to. As someone who's not one to bury the lead, the number one question I know on most players' minds is High Evolutionary worth spending your valuable collector's tokens resources on? And I think I can safely say, after playing with this card for half a dozen hours today already, it's a resounding yes. Not only is High Evolutionary a perpetually Series 5 card, meaning your chances to open it organically in a reserve are basically none, and it's not going to become cheaper than 6,000 collector's tokens for the foreseeable future. This card also just offers an incredible range of deck building options comparable to Thanos in Marvel Snap. There's not just a High Evolutionary deck. There is a variety of High Evolutionary decks and many more that I'm sure we're going to be figuring out for the weeks and maybe even months to come as all the different interlocking pieces of this card really get figured out. As far as my early take on what seems to be working or not with High Evolutionary, my big takeaway so far is specifically the Abomination plan, leaning on making this card cheaper based on inflicting negative power to your opponent's stuff. Feels like it's in a rough spot right now, in part due to the metagame shift that's happened with the addition of High Evolutionary to the game, because so many of High Evolutionary cards either care about afflicting or afflicting penalties. Luke Cage has become kind of omnipresent on the Marvel Snap ladder in the short term at least, making that access of High Evolutionary difficult to leverage. That being said, I was really impressed today with the other series of cards that High Evolutionary has to offer, and that's what it does with cards like Hulk and Cyclops and Misty Knight, which is it makes these cards give you bonuses when you have unspent energy. So Misty Knight gives a random card in play +1, Cyclops afflicts 2 random opposing things with -1, and Hulk gets +2 bigger at the end of the game for each unspent energy you had over the course each turn. Hulk was regularly getting up to 18, 20, and sometimes even 22 power in this deck that's occasionally generating a 7th turn with magic. And we also get to leverage Sunspot as well as She-Hulk here as additional payoffs to reward us for having unused energy over the course of the game. The basic idea of what this deck is looking to leverage is similar to the She-Not Hulk deck that we've played in the past. Basically, what you're looking to do is you're going to play Psylocke on turn 4, or you're going to tag either your Hulk or She-Hulk with Shocker. You're then going to skip your turn 5, making She-Hulk cheaper, and then on turn 6, you'll slam both your Hulks in tandem, making it very difficult for your opponent to overcome not only the stats you're putting into play, but the flexibility with which you're able to spread them out over the board. Magic can serve a similar role in this deck by creating Limbo and giving us a 7th turn. If we use Magic to create Limbo, we can just pass our turn 6, soaking a full 6 energy, making She-Hulk plus Hulk happen on that final turn of the game. Doing this on turn 7 is extra good because it means we'll even have an unspent energy that turn, letting things like Cyclops, Misty Knight, and Sunspot trigger yet again from the unspent energy. At any rate, I hope you enjoy the game highlights that I have for you here. I will warn you that you're going to see a lot of my High Evolutionary deck against other High Evolutionary decks, because off the cuff, I would wager 75+% of the games that I played were other people looking to play with this fantastically fun card. If you do enjoy what you see, be sure to snap that like button and check back in again really soon, because I'm going to be highlighting lots of different takes on High Evolutionary over the next few days here. I'd also love to know what you're brewing with this card, because like I said, there's so many moving pieces here. There's a ton of things that I and many others want to try, and I'd love to know what you're cooking up at home. Leave those in the comments down below. And as always, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Even when High Evolutionary is not the hot new thing, I'm posting highlights here 7 days a week, and I'd love to see you back again sometime soon. This is 3, so they go to 17, we go to 14. I do need to play She-Hulk in the middle, because they're going to 0 here on this side, so they need to commit more to the left as well. And I don't want to play Misty because I want Cyclops to trigger. It's gonna come down to a breaker, right? If we don't get, yeah, Doctor Doom didn't pop out of there. Are we good? Gonna be close. We're good, right? Yeah, we're up by 9. They're up by 5. Breaker, breaker. Give me the news. I got 4 points over you. I can't believe we beat the Killmonger and the Shang-Chi. So this sequencing here, I think I Psylocke on 2, which lets me go Cyclops with an unspent energy to trigger him on 4, or on 3, and then I can Shocker make the Hulk cheaper so we can play a 5 energy Hulk and have an unspent energy on 6, which honestly seems really strong. And then yeah, like, so they played Cyclops this turn too, but mine triggers because I played Psylocke, which really just seems incredible. Yes, if you wanted to explicitly hedge high evolutionary mirrors, you should swap armor for Luke Cage. I talked about this a little bit earlier, but in general, I'm really not a huge fan of making a bunch of edits to my deck for the sake of a narrow metagame that's only going to last a few days, which is what I expect this to be. Hey, Maury, thank you for the 3 years. Welcome back. God, they did such a phenomenal job on the animations for all these cards. Well, I mean, we play here to make them play here, I think. Am I just supposed to soak 6 over here? This might be crazy. Call me, maybe. I'm gonna soak 6 on the left and call it a day. I think they're gonna put something in the center that beats 4. Yeah, smart. All right, so how much are we supposed to min-max towards actual Hulk, right? Am I supposed to just play off curve? That just like soak. Oh, that's interesting. Now I can Misty Knight into Soak, into Cyclops, into, yeah. Everyone needs to chill. Who's not chill? It's another one of those things that's a weird dynamic that people tend to have. Like, talking about something and saying, hey, maybe this is a problem, doesn't mean people are mad to point it out. You just be like, yeah, maybe it is a problem. Cyclops kind of keeping up with Nebula is cute. Although I guess we lose if we play this, huh? Oh, they could play left and right here. I feel like they gotta play for the center, right? It's a large land, chat. This is why you should never go off of your memory for data, chat. We peaked at 4,900 in January. The numbers say. Ooh, Tinkerer's Workshop. What was January? January was simply my best month for Marvel Snap viewership overall on Twitch. I think the January specific day was maybe the Zabu release, if I recall correctly. Oh, the Kitty Ironlad deck is a Snap Zone deck. That makes sense. Most of the strange deck building things I see are traced back to there. I think I'm armoring and then doing, and then we'll Cyclops next turn in the middle, perhaps. So I assume they're gonna play another thing there. I respect that you own mistakes in front of 4,000 people, especially on the internet. Yeah, a lot of the people that you hear say Jeff thinks he's always right are simply people that tried to tell me I was wrong and then didn't provide any reasoning for why I was wrong. Chad, I'm wrong all the time. Just ask my wife about it. I just, you know, simply require more than I think you're wrong to say, yeah, I'm wrong. The thing to put armor, I believe armor is plussed from, armor got +1 from Misty Knight. It happened kind of quick. No joke, magic is actually an excellent counter to turn 5 wave. You're just like, all right, what if turn 6 wasn't the last turn? Get to just vibe for a minute. All right, so She-Hulk is free. And She-Hulk being free here is actually kind of decent because it means that I get to put some more numbers into Sunspot. So this is, I think, She-Hulk middle, Wasp, Shocker here, Soak 5. Trigger these two. That is correct, Thomas. That matches my experience. Killmonger could definitely get us, but I don't know that I've seen anything out of them that makes me think I should be playing around Killmonger out of their deck. But if they've got it, they got it. Ooh, that's an abomination. Not nearly enough. Should we replace armor with Cage because of how many high evos there are right now? Yeah, that's probably not a terrible take. You want to hedge other high evo decks, swap armor for Cage? you recommend buying High Evolutionary or Thanos? Nobody really knows the answer to that question currently. High Evolutionary's been out for like 20 minutes, and nobody knows if it's ideal or not. Thanos definitely has good, powerful decks. Is Hulk ongoing? Yes, he is. He is ongoing. Honestly, I think I'm just supposed to like. Oh, do we do this and protect Hulk? And then we just like soak 5? Do we think they're gonna compete on the right? I don't know if they have Shank. I think I'm more likely to lose the left. Yeah, I think if they say in here, I think if I say in here I armor the left and just assume they don't have Shank. None of these High Evolutionary decks have Shanked us yet. That's all. Snap the like button if you'd be so kind, and check back tomorrow for another deck highlight.